So, the title of today's session is Awakening the Artist Within, and it's about stepping into your unique creative flow. So, welcome to your practice, everybody. It's about tapping into your absolute birthright to be creative, which is accessed today from our inner world. That for me is where we get the answers, the insights, and find inspiration, which is, to me, everything that creativity is. So this session is about finding your own unique perspective and flow of creativity. It's about us expressing who we truly are, building that self-esteem and our own intuitive voice. So what we're going to do today is find our own unique experience of creativity and explore any blockers to it. And that includes imposter syndrome, limiting beliefs, and give you a way to tap into your inner creative source regularly. So you're going to get yourself set up. Maybe you'd like to go to your favourite chair, to your favourite room, a place where you feel really safe. You might be sitting on the floor, up against the wall, or you might be lying down. You can spend a few moments looking around the space and thinking why it makes you feel good. What does it inspire in you? Perhaps it's painted a nice colour, or there is a nice colour somewhere from a picture, or an ornament, or just anything, an object, a view outside. Maybe there's a nice scent there, maybe it holds a nice memory, or just a nice feeling. So knowing this space is your companion to hold you for this practice, I'd like you to close your eyes. With your eyes closed, just notice what thoughts, patterns, images your mind is creating. So this amazing powerhouse that brings us all the ideas and inspiration to us and translates that feeling of creativity we have into real, tangible things. So what we're going to do today is give it some space so it might experiment, come up with new ideas, solutions and ways. So we're going to do that now by giving it some space and going in the opposite direction to our minds and allowing that creative mind to kick in now by trying to remember what socks you put on this morning as you tune in to your feet. So tune in to the furthest place away from the mind. Tune into the sense of your feet. Give them a wiggle. Some of you might have tights on or something else. But in your mind's eye, with your eyes still closed, no peeking, can you remember what socks you put on this morning? What's on your left foot and what's on your right foot? I love doing this, and I love just bringing myself back to the present by giving my feet a little wiggle in the sock and going, oh yes, it's my cat socks. So that might have been easy or really hard for you, so let's just let that go. And let's just bring our attention to the feet and the temperature there. So we were just tuning into what's clothing our feet. What's the temperature? Are they too warm, too cold, just right? Are they feeling a little bit cramped or tense? Just notice that. And bring your attention to your ankles and relax the foot. And bring your attention to the knees and relax the calf and the shin below the knee. Bring your attention to your hips and feel them let go a bit, sinking into the chair, the seat, the bed, the floor, wherever you are. And then relax the big thigh muscles below the hips. And let's relax our big muscles of the back. Let's bring our attention to our shoulders. Take the deepest breath you've taken all day. Fill your lungs, but as you do, bring your shoulders to your ears. And as you breathe out, let that all go in one motion and let the shoulders go at the same time. And let's take one more of those. let's breathe in. Fill your lungs and bring the shoulders to the ears. And breathe out, release the breath, release the shoulders. And take one more of those, even bigger than before. Take the deepest breath of all of the breaths you've taken all day. Fill the belly, ribs, collarbones. And as you breathe out, with an audible sigh, if you feel comfortable to, release the shoulders. And then allow that relaxation to travel down the arms to the fingers, and fill the fingers in gently. And then bring your attention to your face. Relax that space between the eyebrows. Relax your eyelids. And then separate the delicate bottom jaw from the top jaw. And just notice what that does to your belly. Good. Now, let's navigate the breath to the belly now. Let's get a bit creative with the visualization, and let's also bring our hands to our belly. So it's your belly, you're allowed to put your hands there. Anywhere at all, no right or wrong here. You can get as creative as you want. If you want to, you can make a special little gesture, or mudra as we call it, with the hands. Anything at all, just let your hands just rest on your belly as you bring your attention and the breath to the hands. So it takes a few rounds just to open up the space here. So we're just allowing the breath to move into our full lung capacity. So let's start navigating it to the belly under our hands. And just take a few rounds here just to ease into that. If we've been very stressed this year, this month, this week, it can take a minute or two for us to drop in to belly breathing as opposed to our chest breathing. So allowing that full diaphragmatic breath. So let's just enable that now. So with every breath, we're going deeper and deeper into softening of the belly. And allow yourself to be comforted by the motion and rhythm of your hands as they gently fall up and down on the crest of the breath. Good, and now you should be getting into your own groove now. Your own pace and rhythm with this. So let's create a visualization. If you're a visual person, if not, just stick with the feel of this and what you're experiencing in your body as you breathe. But if you are a very visually creative person, you might want to choose a visualization here. So on your next in-breath, perhaps your belly is full and round as a balloon. And what colour is the balloon? And as you breathe out, it softly deflates back to the centre. Breathe in, the balloon inflates full and round. And as you breathe out, that softly deflates back to centre. Or perhaps for you, as you breathe in, it's like a wave cresting to its peak. And as you breathe out, it's like that wave retreating back to the shore. And the hands are maybe a gull bobbing up and down on the waves. See if that works for you. Or maybe you'll choose my favourite. And as you breathe in, you see a point of light in the centre of the belly, deep underneath your hands. And as you breathe out, perhaps that light expands in all directions, outside of the body. Or maybe you don't choose a visualization at all. stay with the one you like the most, or allow any other visual or word that soothes you to come into your experience now. And all of you are going to be really tuning in to the experience of the belly full and round at the top of the inhale, and everything softly falling back to center at the end of the exhale. So just continue at your own pace and rhythm now, and just careful you're not over breathing and overdoing it. So this is really gentle while we're consciously bringing the breath to the belly. We're not allowing ourselves to get short of breath or trying to overdo it or trying to overfill or overachieve anything. This is a supportive practice. So we support ourselves in this visualization and in this breathing pattern. So spend a few rounds doing that. Good, and now drop that and just notice how you feel now, and just notice if you can relax any more. So allow your hips and thighs to sink a little bit further into wherever you sit or lie, and your back, and allow your shoulders to drop, and allow your jaw and forehead to relax even more, and even relax your scalp, and notice the difference of that, if any at all. Good. And now we've arrived, we're now going to move into really tapping into that creative center in us. So let's work more with our visualization. And what I want you to do is move your point of focus to the general area from the top of the pubic bone to the navel. And again, allow the hands to just drift and land somewhere, anywhere at all, whatever feels intuitive and nice for you. And again, perhaps you want to get a bit creative with the hand gesture. Perhaps you're lacing the hands or forming patterns, anything at all that feels right, anything that feels nice, or perhaps just having them side by side, whatever's right for you. And without really maneuvering it here, just experience the breath moving this area. Feel the hands moving up and down with every breath. Now it's more relaxed and deep. The hands just moving naturally, the body just taking over and adopting a more relaxed pattern for you. So traditionally, this area is associated with our creativity, with our creative fire. So let's just explore that. Let's just let go of any science minds. And let's just go with it. This is our creative playtime, so let's imagine. And what I want you to do is start scanning this area. So start from the bottom of the navel to the right hip, to the top of the pubic bone, over to the left hip, and back to the navel. So we're going in a loose elliptical shape like a rugby ball. And keep going in your own way. So I'll talk you through that again. So you're bringing your attention from the navel to the right hip, to the top of the pubic bone, over to the left hip and back to the navel. And perhaps the in-breath is one cycle of that, or perhaps the in-breath is just one half of that circle. So really slowing the movement down, so matching the breath to your focus. Perhaps one full ellipsis, one full rotation is an in-breath and one full rotation is an out-breath, or perhaps you allow one half of the circle to be an in-breath and the other half to be an out-breath, whatever works for you. And keep going, and then allow that circle to get smaller and smaller. And notice any colours, any sensations, any temperature, anything at all as you do this. What do you see? What's coming to you here? Just allow that area of rotation to get smaller and smaller and smaller. And smaller and smaller until you arrive at your own central spot deep within this area. And once you arrive there, perhaps once again, you will see colours or little lights like in the first part of today's practice. And so just rest with that for a moment. Know that you are very safe with me, and trust yourself, trust your ability to do this, trust this session, you can trust me, and go a little bit deeper into that, as deep as you feel comfortable to today, and just stay there for a few breaths, feeling the presence and glow of your own creativity. Perhaps you see, feel a warmth, however you experience this. And how does this feel? Is it one you connect with regularly? Or does it feel like a long lost friend, like meeting a stranger? Just spend some time being here now and notice if any emotion comes up and just welcome it in. Good. Now, how does your creativity happen for you? How does creativity happen for you? What happens to this spot within you as you consider this? Do you see something happen from outside in or inside out? Creativity is movement, it's action. It is ideas coming into being born. So see your creativity from this central place and now move. Let it move, see the flow of it. This is completely unique to you. Perhaps it flows from you or into you, or from a huge thunderbolt ahead or a stream below. I want you to see your vision of creative flow for you now and allow it to connect with this idea of a larger sense of creativity, an all existing one. And perhaps this is almost quite religious for you, perhaps not, but feel it attuned to you as if to a radio frequency. This nurturing and supportive force that comes to you from all around you. Connecting with your own unique personal experience of creative flow now. Surrendering to it, allowing it. Okay, now let's just take a look around us from this place and just notice if you can see any blockages or stagnations. Just notice if there's anything blocking this beautiful, unique dance, this flow of creativity. And go a bit closer towards that, where that flow is blocked or maybe even sitting dormant. This could be in the same sacral belly area, deeper, or elsewhere. And it's safe to do this, so let's just regard it, allow it to be there, and let's explore it. What does it look like? Just notice it, regard it, allow it to be there. And let's see if we can edge a bit closer, and edge a bit closer, and closer still. And let's see if we can go into it, see if we feel, do we feel safe enough to enter this? It's okay if we don't, but maybe we just want to go in and see what it's about. And just be there. And is this something someone told you? Something they told you you cannot do or are not proficient at? Is it a limiting belief you've foisted on yourself? Just spend some time exploring that, simply being with it, asking some questions if you want to, and notice what happens. Perhaps it shrinks, transforms, evaporates. Perhaps nothing happens. All is valid. Good. And let's just leave that as it is and notice if that feels any different having done that. And let's come back to that deep, infinite, creative, joyful flow within. So going back to that deep central spot that we created, that we allowed to move and flow within us. Replenishing your creative prowess. Go a little bit deeper now, and just notice if you can go a little bit deeper, having reviewed, investigated, explored, acknowledged one of your blockers if you had one. And just be here for a few moments. Your creations are precious, and so are you. Allow these words to resonate here. My creations are unique and precious, and so am I. My creations are unique and precious, and so am I. My creations are unique and precious, and so am I. And let's just ask a few questions now while we spend our last few moments here. So you might want to ask, what do I need to tune into to release my creativity more? What do I need to tune into this more? What is a good creative pastime for me? What's a good project for me to start? Or a bigger question, perhaps you want to ask, what do I want to create for myself now? What am I ready to create for myself now? So just allow any guidance, words, ideas, creative concepts to form for you as you rest here, and I will be quiet for a few moments as you do that. So spend your last moment or two here now. And now let's just leave that experience where it is, knowing that whatever happened was valid for us today. And let's just start gently swimming back up through the layers of our awareness, back to the sense of the organs, the skin, the muscles, the sense of our breathing body. Our hands moving up and down on our upper belly as we breathe. Feeling the hands rise and fall. And noticing how you feel now. Good. And now let's notice the points of connection between us and whatever we sit or lie on. So if you're lying down, this will be the feet, the calves, the sitting bones, the thighs as well, the upper back, the back of the head, back of the arms. And if we're sitting down, we'll feel into our seat and our feet, really noticing the ground beneath us. Good, and then noticing any sounds around you, other than my voice. Noticing any smells. Noticing the temperature of the exposed skin on the hands and face. And when you're ready, gently blink the eyes open. And slowly, when you're ready, just coming back. So that is the end of your Artist Within practice today, your creativity practice. Thank you so much for joining the practice, and I hope you enjoyed it.